morning, everyone. The time now is 4:24 a.m. My name is Kathleen Prokop. I live in San Jose, California, in the Riverside County. Just a couple hours ago, I was watching C-SPAN about the price regulations or the high prices of drugs. Well, one resource that I researched just said that the reason why prescription drug prices are high in the United States is because the government has allowed or protected monopoly rights for drug manufacturers, researchers at Harvard Medical School report today. So that was a research that was done by the Harvard Medical School. I'm not saying that the research at Harvard Medical School did is inaccurate or something that could be falsifying and making things that existing government in the United States of America is protecting the monopoly right to drug manufacture because the existing government is corrupt. No, that is not what I feel it is. I think the existing government is not corrupt with the laws and policies of the prescription drugs. It's not a monopoly. It is the right for the manufacturing drug who discovered particular drugs, and according to a I don't know if this is the same source, but the magazine or the person that this is from is time.com money. It's a Time magazine, I suppose. It says that there would be a 55% decline of brand name on prices if there would be at least 2 generic drugs that would be manufactured, and an additional 33% discount of original cost if there were 5 generic drugs. That's not necessarily true, because most patients prefer brand names, and the competition of the brand drugs with the generic drugs, it might not be as extent if some of these generic drugs that are manufactured have lesser side effects. So if that's the case, then the brand name won't be as desirable to the patient. But supposed to be, the brand name has lesser side effects. So the generic drugs may not be desirable for customers or patients because the generic drug has more liable of side effects as opposed to the brand name. So even if there would be a generic drug that would be discovered, most people would prefer brand name because of the less side effects. So I don't exactly know how would that create a 55% cost effective if there would be more generic drugs. Now, unless the generic drugs has come up with less side effects, then that could be a possibility. But as far as I know, brand names has lesser side effects than generic drugs. So that's one way to say um, could be that the generic drug is not really the solution for reducing cost-effective brand name prescription. I think it says right here that sometimes state laws and other well-intentioned federal policies limit generic drugs' abilities to keep costs down. Well, it's not really the ability to limit, but like I said, it is the side effects that the generic drugs has. So, so are drugs prices really justified by R&D? That's renovation and development. Well, it could and it couldn't. The research itself would be an investment so that there would be a study that would be approved by the FDA to have new prescription that would be affordable to the community. So actually, it's not the prescription itself, it's how the government will approach why people need to take medication and why it should be affordable to them. So for example, there is a pharmaceutical that only produce manufactures and research cancer medication, or for that matter, a manufacturer pharmaceutical that only research medications for asthma or pulmonary lung disease or cardio problem or things like that, and they get grant to have research. So they have to minimize their expenses. They only allowed for so much research, and they have to account for their employees' researchers' salary, and of course, the one that doing the research could possibly be the manufacturer's, I don't know, owner or whatever. So, so the renovation and development of newer drugs could influence or be kind of cost effective if the grant itself is not so huge that they spend so much. So if the money, if the government will regulate how much grant they would receive, and if the government would regulate a cap of brand name drugs that would be charged by the manufacturer to CMS for them to have the rebate once they get paid that way. So I think that would be a good way to reduce brand name drug or generic drugs, because it's not how much money is spent, it's how much the buying power of very little money, so that the money that we have could spread into more other projects that United States have, like freeways or fashion or homes or fire trucks or more car that are more gas efficient. So that is what the answer relies, is not to have a lot of grants money, which would limit the people to charge more. So actually prices should be cheaper, not more expensive, because there's no money coming. So for example, if a store carries, let's just say, 100 cans of black beans every day, and he would be charging instead of $1.19, he would be charging 69 cents or 79 cents. Those black beans will be out just like that. People like to eat beans. They like that to be in their staple. When I cook, sometimes I use 3 types of beans with 1 type of meat because it adds flavor and vitamin. So if beans or other soup or peas or garbanzo are cheaper, then people will buy because they only have limited income, and then the inventory will be gone, and they can buy more inventory for the following day or the following month. And so they have to be careful with their inventory as well. They can have a lot of inventory. They can only have so much pounds of things they buy for their company to the grocery store or retail store to sell to a city or a part of the city. I know in San alone there are, like, I do believe 3 El Toro and 2 Stay Brothers and 1 Walmart. And the population in San is about, if I'm not mistaken, either 24,000 or 42,000. And so that has to feed a whole bunch of people. The 2 Stay Brothers or 3 El Toro or even Walmart has some groceries too. So I usually go shopping in the afternoon. I don't know if people with Robert, or if I go shopping alone, I go in the morning. I don't know what time other people in San Jacinto shop, but I think it is arbitrarily arranged, but I don't know, I have no evidence of that, for them when to shop because of the store and be congested. Exactly right. So we're talking about prescription. What would be the effective problem for the price of the generic drug or brand name drugs? And that is not to blame about patent or savings, but it is the role of the government to set a budget, set the a deficit, and set a budget for spending for emergency for or whatever set for prescription drugs, and only allow so much grant so that they'll minimize the spending. And if the people that are doing business with grants, people that are making prescription drugs, know that they only have so much money, they will not raise their price. And then there would be a domino effect that the prices would not be expensive. It would be cheap because they know that's how much the people are able to afford, and that's how much the government arbitrarily budget. And so that's the solution to how to make a prescription drug cheaper. And hopefully my thoughts and what I share with you would be effective and it would take into account. And thank you for listening to me. Hopefully I see you around. You notice I cut my hair. Now it's not heavy, it's very light, but I miss my long hair already. That took me a lot of years to grow my hair again, but I have to cut my hair because that's what I'm a Christian. I've been guided by the Holy Spirit to cut my hair. So I don't know if guiding of the Holy Spirit could be too much of a importance in person's decision-making process. I know I did that decision because of what the circumstance for me. So otherwise, and that's what God allowed me to live, the circumstance that I have. If not for the circumstance, I probably have kept my hair long. But I love my community, I love my country, I love my body, and I want to stay healthy and not to have my body putting too much effort in maintaining my hair so that I don't get enough nutrients for my body. So just to let you know, ladies, that too much long hair eats up your energy or your metabolism or your vitamin that it all goes to your hair. It doesn't go to your skin or whatever, to your eyes, to your teeth, to your bones. So I'm 59 years old, so I have to maintain exactly how I should have hair. Okay, that's all for now. I do believe that the inflation of drug prices for the drug should be in the hands of the manufacturer themselves, but you have to limit with a cap. The government should set a cap to how much they can charge, so that way they don't go spending too much, billions and billions and billions just to compensate for their overhead costs, right? Because the insurance itself, the CMS or whatever that regulates the insurance, such as ARP or Blue Cross or Kaiser, are able to regulate the price. Thank you, and may God bless you, and hopefully
you can get your ass in the bathroom and sweep your fucking hair out.
And I hope that you will have a good day. Bye.